Full animation. Two big enemies. But this is where it's really good. Lots of smaller enemies, it's, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I think it's better with a bit of extra health as well. You kind of don't really need a lot of damage with this because, well, not a lot of damage, but you don't need a lot of points into it. It just seems to have really good damage anyway, but then, because you're not the world's tankiest character, good to have a bit of extra health, I think. Mainly because I'm doing this in a medium range. The reason for that is the animations on this. You're kind of locked in a bit. So once you're doing it, you got to kind of commit and just hit everything, stagger it all. But you do so much AoE with this, it's, yeah, very, very good in group situations, and I mean the damage is crazy anyway. But yeah, the spears, the reason I did it with the lightning infusion, Coral Piercer spear, which gives these kind of really unique spear animations, because most of the spears in the game, they don't really do slashing moves. This is the only one, I think. So yeah, I like the way that it does the slashing spin moves. That's more the kind of style I was hoping from spears. So when I saw this one, I was like, yep, got to do a build around this for sure. Yeah, in terms of the way that it works, it's pretty much attack speed durability, which right now is very much the key thing right now, isn't it? The durability tech people are using. But I do think the facet for durability is very, very strong for all builds. So I do think that's a good way of kind of nerfing the durability stuff, but, you know, obviously you can still get the enchantment. And with this, the enchantment is enough because you run the lightning infusion, and then you get a speed boost off the chest, which you're going to think is way too high. I think base 15% max rolls is way too high. I think if it was 10%, then it wouldn't be too bad. And then maybe exalting gives you 2%, I don't know, per exalt. But yeah, the enchantment gems right now are just really, really strong. So here you get 19% plus the 75%, which is like 14-ish percent. So you get 33% boost on top of all this attack speed here, which is what? 75%. So 20% of 200, so 40% here. And let's say we get about 33 here. So, you know, when you add that up, you get like 70+% attack speed. So this is pretty fast as it is, but in a fight, it's even faster. So. Then you're going for crit chance on the weapon, helmet, and pants, because you want to try and get crits. You want to try and get exalts on the crit chance here. I kind of got not really what I wanted. I'd rather get 15 on both of these, but yeah, the reason for that is you get 20% base on the weapon. So 20% there, you get about 18% with 11 here. It should go to 12 of that, so it's actually 20% here, technically. So that's 40% on the weapon. Then here I'd get another 20, so that's 60%, and here another 20, that's 80% crit chance. And then crit damage you get 50% base on top of the 100. So 150, and here about another, so 20, 75. 35 there. And this goes to 30, I think, so another 45 there or something. So 80%. So you get around about 230% crit damage and 80% crit chance, which is pretty good. But the main thing is you get 3 lightning. So 1, 2, 3. You don't need lightning build up with this because it does so many attacks. That does 3 hits in 1 press, by the way. 1, 2 does 5 hits pretty much. So yeah, you're doing crazy amounts of shock build up without any shock build up boost. So that's fine. And then armor pen on 1, 2, 3 here is plenty of armor pen. So I'm getting what? At the moment I'm getting 36 plus 52% plus 75. Yeah, I'm getting like 80-90% armor pen. I can boost that, which is really good. And then you want to get normal attack damage boosted after charge attack. So 1 charge attack on a boss, I'm doing extra 50% damage, basically 55% damage. So I did that on the Kingsguard build, run it on here as well. Works really, really well. So it boosts your melee attack. Boosted healing on the gloves just because it's an option. You could run health on kill, but I think it helps with food. So food's your way you heal against bosses. Because again, you don't want to get hit too much anyway, and you should burst them down. You don't really need any healing against bosses, to be honest with you. And then health on kill on the weapon. Obviously mine's quite low, but 15% boosted. You get this 15%. Will give you like, what, 25% at least health, which is plenty for ads. So yeah, health on kill on the weapon is very, very good. Then yeah, get to 344 health, and then you're pretty tanky, to be honest. But speed in the ring, speed in the gloves to go with the weapon speed and the chest speed, and then these 2 rings will be enough. So you reduce the cost by 20%, and then you get the move speed as well, which is pretty nice. This one's not essential maybe, but this makes it pretty much infinite stamina, because I'm getting 6% of 80, so about 5 stamina per hit. So every time I do one of those, that's 15 stamina back, and it costs me 14. So you're pretty much going to have infinite stamina if you can keep doing those 2 back to back. Like that. You just wait a bit, do the 1-2 combo, 1-2, 1-2, you'd have infinite stamina. If you want to do the full combo, you can just do 1, 2, 3, keep going. But that costs more stamina, obviously, because you only got 1 hit on the stab, so you don't get as much back. What could you do differently? Well, obviously I don't use the physical resistance on chests, or the damage resistance on chest based on durability, because it's broken. And I don't use the legendary rings on any of the builds I do. Those are 2 stats you'll never see me using, because I think both of them break the game and probably won't make it to full game. If I ran the physical resistance on all the builds, then there's no point me thinking about the stats and where to spec it and what health I need, how to engage. You can just stand there and play with 1 hand, so there's no point really. I don't think those will make it into the game, so I'm not building with those. Same with the legendary rings. But there's plenty of builds out there that are using those. So if you want to use those, fair enough, but I'm not using any of those in these builds. And so for that reason, these are the stats I've kind of landed on. You don't need any focus, obviously, so don't use focus with this. Medium range I think is very good because you're locked in with the animations here. So when you're locked in, you can't really dodge roll when you want to dodge roll sometimes. So I think medium roll is pretty good. Heavy roll would be usable as well, but I think medium's good. Now you could run plate armor with this for sure. So that's one thing you could do, but I have mesh, leather, cloth, leather. And then with 15 equip load, you're not spending too much in equip load to get in the medium range, so I think it's worth it. Because you get more move speed, you can dodge roll. And yeah, You know, if you want to be sort of like me, do that. But if you want to be tankier, obviously run some more plate and stuff. And run in the heavy range, you could do that. Have the heavy roll, drop the equip load points, put them into more damage or whatever you want to do. But I think 300 health, I was dying in 2 hits. 344. You might survive 2 hits on an Echo run against the Echo Knight. So I think, yeah, you could put more into damage, but it's not needed. You can see there, second phase, the Echo Knight, 1 charged attack, lots of basic attacks, and you kill him pretty quick. So I think this is around about where you want to be in terms of stats. But feel free to try a more DPS focused version if you wanted to do that. Again, it's going to be riskier, but if you want to kind of chill a bit, run 340 plus health, and the damage will be enough. 50 plus here will be enough, I think. You don't need any more or any less, I don't think, really. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, stamina regen, don't have to worry about that because you're generating all the time, so 80 stamina is good. And again, yeah, I think the other stats are pretty simple, so not really too much to worry about. Resistances are a bit low, so that's one thing to be kind of concerned about when you're going in to fight enemies. Just make sure if there's 2 big enemies and there's a frozen enemy, they could freeze you in a couple of hits, so just be careful when you engage. But if you're surrounded by like 5 smaller ads, just spam. You'll delete them all. It's so good against small enemies, and just when you're surrounded, you know, you just hit everything. So it feels very satisfying in that sense, because a lot of weapons can be a bit annoying because, you know, you end up, especially with Gauntlets, missing a lot of hits. With this, it's not a problem. Everything lands with this, so you never get any missed edge hits. The range is very good. It's just very smooth and satisfying to play. So yeah, if you like spears and you wanted to play like the typical sort of spinning sort of spear build, you'll really like this one. It's really good. You could do it without lightning and you could use the other elements, but I think lightning is the best one because of the AoE you get, extra damage, and obviously the speed. But you could do a physical version with the durability as well, and yeah, that'd be super fast as well. But I do think the lightning is just as good in terms of speed if you get good hits on the exalts. But I only got 1 hit here. I think with 2 it'd be very, very good. So yeah, pretty simple really. Not much more to say. It's a pretty standard sort of setup, I'd say. You know, I've got a bit of move speed on the pants here just to run in a bit quicker. And then move speed on both of these, so you can run around quite quick and get in and engage pretty well. You've got a really good sprint attack, which hits really hard as well, which is pretty nice. I like this move a lot. Really good. So yeah, it's got kind of everything you need really. Yeah, pretty simple to build, nothing too complicated. So, oh yeah, by the way, run focus cost and everything because you don't use it. That's what I did. I mean, obviously parry disabled here would be good, but focus cost on these 2. And the negatives don't affect you at all then, basically. So yeah, enjoyed this one. It's very good. And yeah, I'm going to have some more builds coming on the channel as well.